It's official. SAA has a new look and feel in terms of the shared ownership announced by Public Enterprises Minister earlier today. The Takatso Consortium is taking a 51% holding. For more response to this development, I'm joined by Christopher Shabangu, Deputy President of the South African Cabin Crew Association. Sir, thank you very much for your time. What's your initial reaction to the news by the Minister of SOEs?
Good afternoon to you, Masego, and good afternoon to the viewers. So, at SACA, we must say that we're surprised. We got this news as, you know, on the news like everybody else. It's not like we were consulted. We were surprised. However, having said that, to us, what's the most important thing now is, the future of the workers and them going back to work. So, as it stands now, what we can say is that we still have to study this whole announcement by the minister and understand exactly what it means and the agenda of these equity partners that have been brought into the airline at the moment.
But I'm sure the association would appreciate, if it does come to fruition, the announcement by the minister that they're going to prioritize on women and black pilots, for instance, the training of black pilots, as well as majority of the shareholders in the consortium also representing that part of society.
So, look, we've been failed by the DPE. That sounds so good, to be honest with you. It sounds like, a promising future, something that, one would be looking forward to. But unfortunately, we have been failed by the DPE before. We can only, as I said, we can only appreciate this as we move forward and we see the fruition of whatever is going to be happening with this consortium. You must understand, we have a lot of questions with regards to this also. So what we can say now as a union is that we are happy that, at least the workers that have suffered so much and lost so much over the past year and a half, that at least there's hope for them. How many of them will be going back to work? We don't know at the moment. The whole structure of the whole deal, we don't understand. We don't even understand what really the 51% will entail. In terms of the transformation. It's easy to talk about transformation on paper and when you're selling something, but now when you have to put that in practice, something else. So in short, what we're basically saying, we are happy that at least something is happening. The national airline is going to be resurrected. People are going to be going back to work. We're happy about that. But as unions, as I said, it is very important for us to go back and understand from the DPE as to what the real plan is on paper and understand and the implementation plans of the whole deal so that we're clear as to what needs to happen.
Does the fact that the minister has promised that SAA will not depend on the fiscus or on a government bailout give you relief, or does it stress you in terms of your members' salaries?
Look, if you were to remember, we've been calling for a private investor at SAA, because that would bring some kind of agility within the airline in terms of decision making. And so in that department, I can say to you, if we're not going to be relying on South African Airways, which we shouldn't have been relying for such a long time, because it is a viable airline if it's run properly. So it is good news. It's welcome news that, SAA is expected to make its own money and pay, its own bills. And as a union, obviously, we're there to oversee the fact that people are not, cheated of their salaries as it happened before. We still have that role, and we're committed to that role as union. And I don't think really that anybody would be coming in with the view of messing up the workers as they have done before. So there's just quite a few things that we really have to understand from the DP, including the issue of the subsidiaries. We want to know what's going to be happening to Mango. Now, I do understand that has alluded something towards the assessment of the subsidiaries. We don't understand what that means. So when we say we understand the whole deal, those are the issues that we need to understand as to what do you mean you want to assess the subsidiaries, particularly when it comes to Mango, when it comes to technical. So those are the things, and airships. We need to understand all of those things as to what's happening. But with regards to the SAA being independent, we are absolutely happy about that. Actually, that's how it should be. years ago.
In terms of the evaluation of the subsidiaries, you mentioned, for instance, SAA Tech, you mentioned Mango, which also have problems of their own. Are there any concerns from your side as a union that represents employees probably there as well in terms of this evaluation and what could be found?
We're absolutely concerned. You must understand that these airlines have been brought down by the indecision of the DPE. In many cases, it is important that Mango works, because also Mango is a viable airline. It needs to have clear goals, clear financial assurances in terms of the future. So we are concerned. We would, ask the DPE to be honest and call us to the table so that we have a clear understanding as to what is the future of Mango, or how Mango is going to be taken care of, because the future of Mango needs to be, defined now. And financial security of Mango needs to be defined. Like, as we speak right now, obviously, it's time to be dealing with, airline decisions that are being taken. It's not only just the subsidiaries that we have to be talking about when it comes to the DPE. When it comes to Express, we need decisions there made, because the workers at Express, as I speak to you, they have taken an initiative of taking this matter into their own hands and put a strong bid for the airline. So we need them to be helped by having those decisions made. So there's lack of agility on the part of the DPE in all of it. So we really need to sit down with them and understand this deal, which hopefully is going to happen very soon. And, those concerns are real to us, because the workers at Technica are concerned. The workers at Express are doing something. They are also concerned. Those decisions need to be made.
All right, Mr. Shabangu, before I let you go, and very quickly, there's also the loss of faith issue in SAA because of, for instance, even Mango being grounded, what's been said about SAA and SAA Technical at state capture and so forth. So it's all good and well that workers can return to work, but what do we do about this loss of faith in the state utility, or what's left of the state utility?
Look, the fears that are there are real, because, it's something that's happening in front of us. It's something that we all see as South Africans that's happening in front of us. But I would then go back to say, we as unions have been calling to the public and been telling the public that, if these institutions were to be given strategic partners that can run them and with expertise, strategic partners that know what they're doing, these institutions can be resuscitated. We do have faith that these institutions can be resuscitated. If you were to remember, we were the ones that were actually even calling on Ethiopian Airlines to, to be involved with SAA, or to be a strategic equity partner with South African Airways, for one reason only, because they have the expertise, they have the knowledge and the know-how of what needs to be happening in South Africa. Now, when it comes to the faith in these institutions, if ever the DPE is going to be continuing to do things as they were doing, or as they've been doing them, no, really South Africans have a right to be concerned on that one. But now that we have the strategic partners, private strategic partners, let's see what happens. Let's give them a chance. But again, even that being said, we still need to go back and understand exactly how we move forward. We have to be part of this movement moving forward, so that we can, make sure that SAA gains the faith, the flag flies as it's been trusted before all this happened.
All right. Thank you very much, Christopher Shabangu. He's the president of the South African Cabin Crew Association.